how, people make it or they're successful or the influencers or celebrities that we see, and even entrepreneurs. And it's like, it is so not glamorous. And like what happens behind the scenes, like the number one quality that I think successful people have in common is really grit.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just like showing up every single day, regardless of how anxiety inducing it can be or just uncomfy at times.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to go back to what you said about raising kids and girls, that it's so interesting. It's like, that is the grit. I look at the two of you, and I think probably, Stacy, I don't want to speak for you, but I know you, that it's like, it's not about making their lives really cushy. It's about supporting you through those messy times, through those difficult times in your life. And really, I know that I want to champion you, and to sit back and see and observe and be a part of this.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, I think, well, at least from my perspective, one of the greatest things about having kids and raising kids is watching them really magnetize the values they grew up with, the beliefs they grew up with in their own special way. So they basically have taken everything that they've learned, and now in their own special way, they're still a part of us in it, but they're magnetizing it out in the world. And whether that's, building, a beautiful place here in Joshua Tree, whether that's rocking, an amazing podcast and influencing, they're doing it in their own special way. But the values and what they've learned, hopefully, when I was talking about the wellness and the spirituality and the things that have been ingrained with them, they're taking that with them.
Yeah.
Well, and I think to that, I mean, I couldn't have done any of this without two supportive parents. Yeah. Like, I think the greatest gift or leg up I've been given in this life is like having really supportive parents who, if I'm struggling or if I have a question, they can help me answer. And I think like that's kind of the greatest gift we can be given, like constant support system, and parents who have gone through, entrepreneurship journeys and like different things, and like talking with my dad and my mom, like going through this myself has brought us a lot closer, because I've heard like the times that I wasn't around yet in their 20s where they were starting businesses and they failed, and then they tried something else. Because I've only really, when you're an adult, you only really see the success side for the most part. Because you, like when you're younger, it's like your parents, like I think I didn't remember things. You were in your 40s when I really started remembering about your
all our grit that we had to go through, all the grit, and
you kind of
that
just
we
see the reward portion of it.
But not everything that went into it.
When I like started this, like talking to my parents and them telling me those stories are like things that I wouldn't really have known otherwise. So was like a really important part of all this too.
Yeah, and also just knowing you have that safe place and you're two individuals who love you so much to go to, that, I realize a lot of times, Sky, even for you, and I can relate to what you're saying, is that like when you're hit, like when you have those hard times or the real messy times, I think as a mom, like my heart, the second I was pregnant and had you and Nathan, it's like my heart was officially on the outside of my body. So I feel like I feel everything that you go through, and I'm also feeling what I'm feeling about it, my experience, but being really kind of cognizant of playing that fine line to allow you guys to do what you need to do and mess up. We may have, like, I may sit back and go, maybe you should, I don't know about that, but part of it is, right, is that learning to move through these trials and tribulations in your life. And I know you guys are hitting a lot of them, just where you are developmentally. I mean, I can imagine. We talked about this last night.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. And I'm so grateful that we have parents who are so supportive, because I do know a lot of kids our age who don't have parents who would support them going off and starting their own business and investing not only time, energy, but money into something that is not existent.
Yeah.
Like,
dream
and you did it. But I think it does take a solid support system and an emotional support system to like just celebrate you and hold you up in so many ways. And so I feel like we are so grateful to have that.